Well, the Department of Health, together with various stakeholders, has launched World Breastfeeding Week running from the 1st of August to the 7th. Now, the campaign aims to raise awareness about the long-term health benefits of exclusive breastfeeding for both mother and child in order to increase breastfeeding rates in the country. World Breastfeeding Week is a global initiative that promotes breastfeeding and supports mothers in providing the best care for their babies. South Africa has recently seen a decline in exclusive breastfeeding rates from 32% in 2016 to 22% just last year, 2024, making it unlikely to meet the World Health Assembly's targets of 50% by the end of 2025 and 70% by 2030. Well, to get more understanding on this initiative, we're very pleased to be joined by Dr. Lesley Bamford, who's a child health specialist at the National Health Department. Dr. Lesley, what a pleasure and happy Women's Month to you. Welcome. Please tell us about this great initiative of encouraging breastfeeding among mothers.
So good afternoon and good afternoon to the viewers. So as you correctly indicated, every year in the first week of August, we celebrate World Breastfeeding Week. Now, of course, every day is a breastfeeding day for us, but World Breastfeeding Week helps us to put a particular focus on the importance of breastfeeding and recommit ourselves to supporting, to promoting, and to protecting breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm. Doctor.
So we know that
yes, go ahead, Doctor.
Breastfeeding gives babies the best start in life. We all want to have all children in South Africa being healthy, being happy, reaching their full growth and developmental potential. And we know that the best start for children is to be breastfed.
Mm-hmm.
So we promote exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life. That means that the child only receives breast milk, no other foods, no other fluids. From 6 months of age, we need to introduce what we call complementary feeds to complement the breast milk. But we do recommend that children are breastfed until at least 2 years of age.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Doctor, maybe just for contextual understanding, what actually led to these shocking as well as rapid declining rates of breastfeeding mothers? Was there something in particular that you specifically identified as a department? Because our social dynamics are changing consistently and mothers are getting very young, right? With the high teen pregnancies, of course, and most of them are still at school and cannot sustain breastfeeding.
So we know that there are many barriers to successful breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
So many women in South Africa do breastfeed, but we have a particular problem with ensuring that our babies are exclusively breastfed until 6 months of age.
Mm-hmm.
So the message that we always want to promote is that really breastfeeding is everyone's business. Obviously, it's the mother who needs to breastfeed, but she needs the support of her family, her partner, the extended family, the community, as well as our healthcare workers in our health facilities. And of course, mothers who are still studying or who are working require the support from their educational institution or from their employer. So the message is always really that breastfeeding is everyone's business, and we all have a part to play in ensuring that children are successfully breastfed.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you're targeting mothers and their children, Doctor, but let's talk about the benefits that we started mentioning, the health benefits of breastfeeding. So as to further encourage these mothers to explore this route and sustain it. Growing up, I mean, we're told breast milk is the best source of nutrients for babies, and that there was even a myth that breastfed children become quite smart, as you've alluded to earlier. And compared to today now, where formula is more popular and it's more of a body image idea instead of the benefits for the child.
So there's a whole long list of benefits of breastfeeding. We always stress the health benefits, and there clearly are health benefits for both the baby and the mother. There are also convenience benefits And in fact, one of the themes of this year's World Breastfeeding Week is looking at breastfeeding as a sustainable option that is also good for the environment. When we look at climate change, etc., we know that breastfeeding is more sustainable. There's no packaging, and it has less effect on the environment. So that in a way is another reason to breastfeed. We do always stress the health benefits for the baby. First of all, as I've indicated, and I think we all know, breast milk is the perfect mix of nutrients and other substances that protect children from infection. It's the perfect, has the perfect components that children need to be protected from infection and also to grow, and for their brains to grow and develop. So there is evidence that breast milk, has the immediate health benefits. It also has long-term benefits on children's development, and it has long-term benefits on their health. So children who are breastfed are less likely to develop obesity. They're less likely to develop asthma and other health problems. Of course, there are health benefits for the mother as well. Mothers sometimes struggle with losing weight after pregnancy, but also certain cancers and other chronic diseases are less common in women who breastfeed. And of course, there's the convenience. Breast milk is free of charge. It's convenient. It's always ready. For replacement feeds to be provided safely, they require energy, water to be boiled, etc. Whereas breast milk is always available. And so, as I indicated, our message is really that everyone needs to play their role in breastfeeding, and we need to normalize breastfeeding so that mothers are supported to breastfeed when they need to breastfeed, irrespective of where they are.
Doctor, speaking of the support for mothers, we know, right, that not every mother can actually afford to breastfeed due to specific health conditions or complications. Will you also be focusing on assisting and supporting these mothers so that they do get to a point where they can actually breastfeed? And we also know that the World Health Assembly's breastfeeding target of at least 50% by the end of this year is quite considerable. So how will such initiatives then present opportunities, of course, for mothers that want to participate in this campaign, of course, be made available?
So we know that the majority of our mothers do initiate breastfeeding in our health facilities. And we need to make sure that continues. But we know that many of them, when they go home, do not receive the support that they need. So we try and provide that support, obviously, through our healthcare workers, through making information available. We have our Mom Connect program where mothers can receive information during pregnancy and in the postnatal period. We have our side-by-side campaign where we broadcast on radio every week with messages around parenting and how to raise happy and healthy children. And we have a strong emphasis on breastfeeding in those programs. But there clearly is more that needs to be done. And we really want to challenge families and communities, churches, and other organizations to really provide that conducive environment and support to our mothers.
Absolutely, Doctor. Great conversation there. Best of luck with the campaign. That is Dr. Lesley Bamford, who is a child health specialist at the Department of Health, on the initiative to promote breastfeeding among mothers from the 1st to the 7th of August.